Hello. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to Offset 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar and I am with you with the area of AFM. I hope I'm clearly audible as well as clearly visible, everyone. Okay. So what are we going to do today? I'm sorry. The Just a moment. Okay. Good morning everyone. Actually, it's now afternoon. We normally meet in the morning at around 7 a.m. for this particular class, but today we are meeting in the afternoon. So, good afternoon and welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Patnakar and I am with you with the area of ABFM. Today we are talking about CAIIB, ABFM Module C. I think the series started a few couple of weeks back. Done with the entire module A, done with the entire module B, and currently pursuing the module C. First of all, if you had been reviewing these specific classes, then please go ahead and like these particular sessions. Your responses are very important to me because ultimately this is a source of motivation because someone is getting any kind of benefit out of these classes. It's one of the first things where the hard work that we are putting in is getting materialized. So that's the basic thing that I think we should look forward to when it comes to our classes, right? Then, till now, we are done with entire module A, entire module B. And in the module C, we had started with the area of discounted cash flow valuation. Cash flow valuation, discounted means we are talking about the present value, everyone. We cannot rely on, if I said that I'll receive 10,000 rupees in the second year, in the third year, in the fourth year, the value of the money is changing every single year. So obviously there is a variation and I have to consider that variation. And if I'm not considering that, the time value of money would mean that the 10,000 that I'll receive 2 years later is going to be the same, then my ideology is wrong. I have to consider the fact that yes, over the period of time, the value of money would decline, and at that point of time, and if I receive 10,000 today, there is a difference between the two. That's what we talk about discounted cash flow valuation, everyone. In terms of discounted cash flow valuation, what do we talk about? Acha, give me a moment. I think this question would require this. Acha, everyone, when making valuations, the market based approaches should not be used. Market based approach means what is the value of the organization in the market itself. है ना? So what will we talk about this, everyone? When the size of the company is insufficient, or when company's assets are lower than its liabilities, in the event there are significant and unprecedented shifts in the market price, or when it is challenging to provide an accurate estimation of the realizable value in the event of a going concern. When you talk about the market based approaches, I believe if the market is changing very frequently, how will we rely on it, everyone? In the event there are significant and unprecedented shift in the market price. The market price is changing so frequently that if I rely on this market price, then we would get more or less stuck in that particular area. How will we work at that point of time, everyone? Won't it be too confusing? Won't it be something that we'll feel this is unpredictable about? Matlab, I personally feel that if the market is changing so much, then even if we want to find a trend, we just can't find a trend. If we cannot find a trend, we should not rely on that particular portion, don't we? So, in this case, when we talk about the market price, it should be in a situation where the organization is having a stability and they can see what is going on in the market with themselves as well, because you can control your organizational environment. But what about the market? When COVID was hit, entire world was hit. The markets were hit. When any war happens, if, for example, the Israel-Palestine war, and when we talk about the Russia-Ukraine war, the entire country's market prices had been under a major uncertainty. You cannot find a specific fashion or trend in terms of the movement of the prices. They are just moving here and there as per the requirement. The demand goes high, the price goes higher, right? That is the particular scenario. So then this is not reliable when you see a lot of speculations around. The discounted cash flow method of valuation is based on the discount for the future that is anticipated and is likely to be earned. The company's valuation or anticipated cash flow along with discount rates or the company's potential for earnings. Everyone, the discounted cash flow valuation is based upon what? I told you when we talk about the discounted cash flow valuation, we are worried about only and only one thing. What is it, everyone? We'll be worried only and only about one thing, that is whether the books of accounts are prepared in such a way where we are looking at the values not from the present point of view, but we are looking at the things from the point of view of future. ठीक है ना? We are looking at it that what would be the value in the future and how do we look at it, right? So in this case, what's going to be the answer, everyone? A discount for the future is that is anticipated and is likely to be earned. The company's valuation or anticipated cash flows along with discount rates or company's potential for earnings. You cannot find out the potential for earnings, but yes, you can anticipate the cash flows along with the discount rates. Matlab, you know that you are going to have 1000 rupees minimum in the upcoming year, then it will grow further. Once this business starts growing, then it can become 5000, then this can also become 4000 in the upcoming future, and you find the discounting rates here, and then you multiply and find the discounted value. This is the method in which they are using the discounted cash flows. Under the discounted cash flow valuation, which of the following is typically employed as a discounting factor, everyone? Cost of equity, then cost of debt, annuity factor, or overall cost of capital. What's going to be the answer? Under the discounted cash flow valuation. Everyone? Under the cash flow valuation, what is it that will be coming there? Chali, then let's talk about the answer as well. The answer is overall cost of capital. You just cannot take only equity, only debt, or only preference share. Won't it be wrong? Reason? Think about it. If I consider only equity, only debt, or only preference share, their cost, the cost that we have to incur to maintain these people, है ना? Then what will happen? We have a blend of these three. In many organizations, you will find equity and debt. In many organizations, you will find all the three. That is equity, debt, and preference shares, because many organizations have started getting the preference share for their organization as well. So technically, when we have these, why don't we use the overall cost of capital? This is nothing but WACC. In WACC, you take the weight of equity into the cost of equity. You take the weight of debt into the cost of debt. Then last one is when you have to add, this is weight of preference share into the cost of preference share. So this is based upon the weighted average cost of capital of the entire process. This is what is considered, everyone. PV indicates the value in use, the value of the cash flows expected in the future, or the value computed using the internal rate of return, or the present value which a buyer is willing to part with. Present value is basically the value that would be today. है ना? In this case, the answer would be the value of the cash flows expected in future. ठीक है ना? We are looking forward towards the value in future. Because पता है basically how do we find the present values? We find it this way. Let's use the compounding formula. In compounding formula, how do you find your amount? Amount is equal to principal 1 plus r raised to power n. Now they are giving you the amount that you are receiving in the future, maybe after 2 years, 3 years down the line. So we will take this amount and we will divide it by 1 plus r raised to power n. this particular portion will go, this was multiplied here, it would be divided there, and there it is P. So the present value can be found out if we eliminate the interest portion from the amount. है ना? That is what we will choose. What is the basic thumb rule for determining the what constitutes a moderate growth rate? Within 2 to 5% of the growth rate of the economy, within 5 to 8% of the growth rate of the economy, within 8 to 10% of the growth rate of the economy, or greater than 10% of the growth rate of economy. Moderate growth rate, everyone. For example, if we talk about India, what's happening here? Moderate growth rate. Moderate is not very high, not very low, correct? In this case, the correct answer is going to be within 8 to 10%. Okay? It is between 8 to 10% of the growth rate in the economy is moderate. Done? Then, oh, the answer is visible. Just a moment. What are the three main approaches for estimating the growth patterns when valuing a company, everyone? What are the three main growth rates? Stable growth, speculative. Speculative is basically which goes up and down at any point of time with the change of pricing. Then declining growth, it goes down. Then consistent high growth, low, moderate growth, and declining growth. Then stable growth, two-stage growth, and three-stage growth. Then is organic growth, inorganic, and hybrid growth. Since you have seen the answer, what would it be? The answer would be C. Growth rate, two-stage rate growth, as well as three-stage growth. The growth factors and the particular topics, when we talk about the growth, there are certain methods through which you can actually find it out. Okay? They use different models in this area. And consider discounting rates. That means they are considering the portion of present values here. Now done. Which particular organization, what characterizes company with stable growth, everyone? Earnings and revenue both significantly growth significantly faster than the in economy. Then is earnings and revenue growth equal to or lower than the nominal growth rate of the economy. Then is earnings and revenue growth slightly faster than the economy's nominal growth rate. And the last one is inconsistent growth patterns. What would be the answer, everyone, in this case? When we talk about the company with a growth rate which is stable, the answer would be B. The earnings and growth rate which are equal or lower than nominal growth rate of the economy. Okay? The answer is B, everyone. Why do high growth rate exhibit in terms of earnings and sales? They have nothing to show off. Till the time these organizations are growing further, na, they will always talk about the money they have received. How do they tell it? Because they are showing their books of accounts and they are showing their sales. This is enough for showing that the company is a huge growth company. Right? Expansion at the rate equal to the nominal growth rate of the economy. Expansion at the rate slightly faster than the economy's growth, or examination at a rate significantly than the nominal growth rate of the economy. And the last one is the stable growth patterns. What is it when we talk about the growth rate, which is high growth rate companies? And what do? They normally expand and work a little faster than the others. Why? Because they are fast paced moving companies. Done, everyone? Here comes the next question. Which growth pattern is suitable for business growth at a stable rate? As I told you, there are different models. So according to you, go ahead and choose the specific model, everyone. Two-stage discounting cash flow model, three-stage, and the last one is the steady growth rate model. अच्छा ठीक है. Let's talk about which growth rate is weighted to the area of stable rate in the two-stage discount cash model, or three-staged discounted cash flow model, or then is steady state models assuming a constant growth pattern. What would be the answer accordingly? The answer in this case would be steady growth model. You're assuming constant growth. Even in the book, they have given assumptions regarding the same as well. The assumptions should be read by you because they can ask you questions based upon this area. Done, everyone? Let's move on to the next question. What are the three criterias of the straightforward application of the discounted cash flow approach or discounted cash flow method? In this case, positive present cash flows, and then we talk about accurate forest of future cash flows and steady risk profile. I'm sorry. Then we have the present positive cash flows and accurate forecast of future cash flows and steady risk profile. Then is negative present cash flows, unpredictable future cash flows and fluctuating profile. Then we have present cash flows, conservative forecast of the future, and dynamic risk profile. And last is negative cash flows, accurate forecast of the future, as well as steady risk profile. In this case, when we talk about straightforward application, they apply it when organization is all positive, they have accuracy, and they have a steady risk profile. If the risk is too high or things are so unpredictable, can you rely on the model? Matlab, personally, I would say, how will I rely upon the model when it is not giving me any conclusive result? You know, that's one of the basic things that we are always scared of, isn't it? The correct answer is A. Positive cash flows, accurate forecast of the future. Next point. What's the next point, everyone? The next point is, oh, the answer is also visible. What are the some of the models in addition to enterprise and equity DCF model that can be used for valuation? Dividend discount model and economic profit model, inflation adjusted and discounted, as well as we are talking about residual earnings as well as maintainable profit, or market share model or discounted profit model. Equity is always the residual earnings. They are the scavengers of the organization. They hunt upon what is left in the organization and then they maintain. But for this, whatever is happening, if there's execute losses, then they face a lot of problems. This is basically done in order to maintain the profits. So that is, it is basically the residual owners as well as maintainable profit model. The answer is C, everyone. Okay. What is one of the earliest discounted cash flow models that is considered as dividends? Consider dividends, everyone. Adjusted present value model, economic profit model, residual earnings model, and maintainable profits model. Which one of the following is the earliest one? The oldest one. What would it be, everyone? The oldest one is adjusted PV model. This is still used. ऐसा नहीं है this has been out of use at all. This is still in use. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to it. And if you haven't downloaded the app, then please do the needful, as the courses of our classes and everything regarding the examination can be easily found out on our YouTube channel, Officer 24/7. And if you are looking forward towards the link as well, then please download the app, or find it on your www.adda247.com. This is the website. Go on to the website and then scroll down. You will find it in the area of JIB and CIB. And in terms of CIB, June 2024, look at this. The Mahapack is available, and our Shapat batch is available. Even our resolution batches would also be available. Okay, there it is. When we talk about the batches, the resolution batch is also there. The resolution batch is basically something that we can see here. The resolution batch is basically starting from regarding BFM, and then over the period of time we will be able to complete it. Okay, done everyone. But for that, what you need to do is click on the batches. For example, if you want to purchase this particular batch, then if you apply this 5,999.75, click on the area of buy now, use the code Y541. As soon as you apply for Y541, see the value comes down to be 5519.77. So in this case, it is 78% discount is going on, everyone. If you are using this particular code, then 78% discount is going on. So please check it out on our website, on our app, for further details. As the time is ticking away, we'll be meeting in the next class at 7 a.m. everyone. Thank you so much for being there. Bye bye.